Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the EVES auction room here this afternoon. Firstly, our apologies for having to delay our start until 2:30. We normally start at 1, but our delay has been obviously with the situation we're currently being faced with over in Waikato. We've been in lockdown to get our ladies auctions that needed to be called from here this morning, so apologies for that. But anyway, we're here today, and we're certainly here. We've got some wonderful properties on offer for you this afternoon. My name's Grant Child. My role is to simply facilitate proceedings here today, folks, and give everybody equal opportunity to move to the next chapter of their lives. I've got Robin looking after all the technology in the auction room. I've also got Mark, Craig, Jill and Karen on hand here today. If your bids don't take me to the owner's reserve price, then that's the level as the auctioneer I'm authorised to put the property to the market. But if we don't quite reach that level, folks, unfortunately I can't help you from that point on. I'll simply put a pause on the auction, and one of the team will step in and give you that opportunity. The auction is still live at that point in time, folks. We'll give you that opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers and see if we can't reach agreement and help you purchase the property here this afternoon. But be very clear, if I formally close the auction, then anybody can come forward with an offer afterwards, and that does include conditional buyers. And I know there are a number of those buyers out there in the marketplace not quite in a position to be able to bid on that cash unconditional basis at auction. So they can come forward if you don't secure the property under the hammocks here today, just making that very, very clear. Just going to quickly whistle through the documentation, folks. You obviously bid buy on the basis we've provided you with the buyers and sellers guide. That's the document put up by the Real Estate Authority. They have been widely circulated in the marketplace for a number of years. They are available in the stand as well. That booklet obviously goes through and gives you all the advice that you need to bid and buy at auction, being on a cash unconditional basis, and is with standard right throughout the country. Bidding and buying at an auction, you're deemed to have accepted the vendor's title without any rights of requisition. So for the contract that we're to, I take you now, it's been circulated in draft form. Again, finalised copies also available in the stand out there by registration as you came into the building. By way of your bidding today, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood, accept that contract, a very clear, concise document, in my opinion, approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, the Auckland District Law Society, and the respective vendors, solicitors as well. So based on that, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood, accept that contract, and I will revisit this section here on the front page. We've superimposed that in blue on the screen there for you. Sets out very clearly the conduct of today's auction. Obviously, comes as no surprise to you that the owners have set a reserve price. Subject to that being reached or indeed exceeded, then the highest bidder, you are then declared the purchaser upon the fall of the hammer. Your obligations today are simply two things. One is, and of course prior to commencing your celebrations, but one is to complete the documentation and to give us your autograph on it. To simply seal the deal, and the second one is part with a little bit of your hard-earned cash. Just 10% of the purchase price is all we require today, and that is to be paid immediately on completion of the auction. We've got electronic facilities out of reception where you can facilitate that as well. So a pretty simple, straightforward process today. Buyers, if there's any disputed bidding, I'll simply re-offer the property at the last undisputed bid, or indeed as the auctioneer I'm authorised to determine any disputes. So, but a pretty straightforward. I don't anticipate any disputes here this afternoon. You all look like a great bunch of people to me, certainly. We do have authorised telephone bidding on some of our properties today, folks. You can bid on the basis that salespeople submitting bids by telephone. I have cited and confirmed the documentation has all been completed, approved by the buyers and our sellers, and of course they bid on the same cash unconditional basis as you do here in the auction room as well. Now, if I've only got one person that's participating in the auction, folks, and I'm too far away from the owner's instructions, I'll work alongside you and work with you to assist you to get you to the negotiating platform, and I'll do that by use of what we call vendor bids. Now, there's nothing to be afraid of as far as vendor bids are concerned, folks. I'm the only one authorised to bid on behalf of our sellers. I will disclose all vendor bids to you very, very clearly, and they will never be used anywhere near the owner's reserve price. I've got very clear instructions at what level the owners are prepared to continue with discussions with you, and if we're not at that level, then I'll simply be working alongside you to get you to that level. So essentially what that means is if I'm holding a vendor bid at any level, the vendor is the same to you. Thanks, but no thanks. You will need to be above that if you wish to purchase our property. So pretty straightforward process today, folks. Will there be any questions that I might be able to answer for you? Would it be you, or would it be any of the telephone bidders? taking the opportunity also to welcome viewers watching via the live stream out here. Obviously, our auctions go out over the World Wide Web. Don't worry about it, folks. The camera's up at the ceiling. It's only on me and the screen, so you don't have to worry too much about that. You're not on the World Wide Web out there. It's only me and the screen. No questions? None for our phone bidders? Excellent. Obviously, everybody's all ticketed and ready to go. We did have property at 20 Bulls Road. Isaac Jacobs was marketing that property, as was Terry Gregory, marketing 16 Antrim Glades. Both of those agents based out of our Gate Bar office. Those two properties, we received pre-auction offers, presented them to the vendors. Vendors were absolutely delighted. We advised all the other buyers that had expressed any interest in the properties, and the vendors chose to accept those offers. Those properties were sold prior to auction. We also had the property at 6 Taylor Street, marketed by Chum Suri from our Cameron Road office. That property was withdrawn from sale, so no longer available. But if you're looking for that type of property, certainly talk to Chunda in our Cameron Road office. She'll see if she can help something for you. Help you find something. So that moves us to the first property for the afternoon, number 24, Tay Street, Charlotte Gardner, Katie Burke doing an outstanding job from our Papamar office. So after I forget where you girls got probably doing that bloody job out there. We're marketing this property at 24 Tay Street, situated midway along one of the Mount's most renowned and coveted streets. This home certainly towers absolutely prominently. When we look at the legal aspects of it, it is a freehold estate. 693 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer, all described in record of title SA 7B folio 690. We do have authorised telephone bidding in place for this one, just making you aware of that. Now the spa pool, the refrigerator, the washer dryer and the pot plants not included in the sale. They are excluded, as has been detailed in the contract that has been circulated. Also, just advising you again in the contract that's been circulated that Katie is a related party to one of the vendors. Under the Real Estate Agents Act, we are obliged to disclose that, so making sure that you're aware of that. And 15th of November, girls, 2021, still the settlement date. Any other changes to the channels list or anything? Very comprehensive channels list you would expect from a quality property like this, particularly in this location. The interior is certainly cool, calm and collected. You've got snippets of mid-century charm that are certainly heightened by the modern appeal thanks to a very, very tasteful makeover that's been done on this property. You've got those large windows that simply invite the natural light, framing an incredible outlook over the neighbouring properties and the surroundings as well. So superb outlook indeed, with height on your side, views from all angles. You really have got that commitment and promise of absolute privacy in the property as well. It's spacious, it's attractive, perfectly positioned to enjoy what I probably suggest is part of the very best of Mount Maunganui as well. So this is a property where you simply want for nothing more, and it's one that you can move in, unpack, sit back and relax. And of course, for the settlement date of the 15th of November, Merry Christmas. 2 million, we're underway over here at $2 million. A little bit of an optimistic start, no problems at all. They're here to work alongside you. At $2 million, we'll take $100,000 rises from here. At $2 million, it takes me to 2.1. Let's go there quickly now. First call, second time, 2-1. We say thank you, sir. At 2-1 on the back call now, against your phone, go to the event. We say 2-2 on their behalf. At 2.1, it is at the back of the room here. 2-2, can I say for you? Not taking anything less at this juncture. At 2.1, it is. First call now, second time. Third, last opportunity, are we in or out? Having worked alongside you then at 2-2 with me, sir, on behalf of the vehicle now. At $2,200,000, can I say 2-3 for you? Here's your opportunity here. Do I say 2-3 for you there, sir, or you'll buy the amount? First call now, second time, 2-3 it is. At 2-3, we say at the back there now, 2-3, making it 2-4, shall we? First call now at $2,300,000, fairly seated in the back of the room here. Against your phone bid of the amount. Second time now at 2-3, chasing down at 2-4, it's there. Third, last opportunity, are we ever out? Happy to work alongside you again there, sir, at 2-4 on behalf of the seller now. At $2,400,000, take me to 2.5, do we say? Here's your chance now. At $2,400,000 even, still taking $100 on top at this point in time, sir. Do I say 2.5 on your behalf? First call now, second time. Need you 2.5 it, 2.5 it is now. At 2.5 at the back of the room there now, 2.5 it is. Did we say 2.6 from your buyer there, man? At 2.5, fairly good in the centre of the room now. At 2.5 it is. First call now, 2.5, shaking your head the wrong way over here with that phone bidder. Second time, third, last opportunity. Can we go once more on behalf of the seller there? 2.6 on behalf of the owner, sir, away from my instructions, take me to 2.7. Give me the opportunity to continue discussions at that point in time. At $2,600,000, be very clear. Be no bid at this point in time, away from my instructions, sir. Take me to 2.7. Won't be doing any further bidding there, and give me the opportunity to discuss with our seller.
2,650.
Need it to be 2.7, sir, otherwise I'll be obliged to go again. Take me to 2.7, and we'll give you that opportunity straight from that point in time. Trying to help you here, sir. I'm away from my instructions at that point in time, but at 2.7, I'm happy to give you that opportunity.
Yep.
2.7 it is. At 2.7, appreciate you working with me, sir. Man of my word, won't be submitting any further bids, but I am obliged to go around once more, sir. First call now, 2.7 at the back of the room there now. Second time, third. Last opportunity, and we're out, done, finished. Signed at 2.7 million even. Right, that's at the back of the room there at 2.7. Can you see if you can assist the gentleman, please? Appreciate you working with me, sir. Right, moving straight through to 317B Denport Road, folks. Those negotiations on Tay Street will continue. We'd like to give people plenty of time. They are very important decisions. In the meantime, we don't want to hold anybody up unnecessarily. Chris Royal will be presenting the property at 317B Denport Road. An absolutely brilliant location, this property, folks, between 9th and 10th Avenue, nice and handy to Memorial Park, and of course you've got that sunny northerly aspect of the home as well. It is commonly described as a cross-lease freehold, all confirmed and recorded title SA 27B folio 164 in the South Auckland Registry Office. We do have an additional clause in the contract. While I remind you about that, I just confirmed Chris 10th of December 2021 and 7th date, unless of course there's been any variations. Quick reminder, folks, clause 23, the purchasers acknowledge and accept that both the portable studio and the garden shed located on the property may not comply with the local authorities' requirements, specifically as to their size and the proximity to the boundary. Accordingly, the purchasers acknowledge that they've satisfied themselves with this matter, and the purchaser acknowledges and accepts that they shall have no claim against the vendor or the vendor's agent in relation to the garden shed and the portable studio. Just making sure you are fully aware of that today, folks, and any other changes to the channels list are all there. Quite a good comprehensive channels list for this property as well there. Any additions, deletions, Chris?
No, that's correct.
No changes there. So what you've got here, folks, at 317B Denport Road, a great spacious unit with some unexpected extras that come with this property as well. You've got the nice, roomy, fresh, bright kitchen that comes with the property, as you see there on the screen. I can tell you now, with a kitchen like that, your gourmet delights are going to taste so much better indeed. You've got ample space in the open plan configuration of the home. You've got the 2 ensuite bathrooms and a 3rd bedroom come office to facilitate overflow or extra accommodation as well. Lots of off-street parking with the property. You've got the garage, plus you've got the carport as you see there on the screen. The studio and the building and the garden shed, yes, they are included on that basis of the clause in the contract. So who says go on this one, folks? We're much at starting away for 317B Devonport Road. You have authorised final bidding in place of this one as well. Very compelling description I've done of the property again, Karen. Yeah. 700 are underway now over here at $700,000. Reading my notes because it's exactly where I would have suggested to start, fair and reasonable, and we're happy to take $20,000 rises from here. Opening bid over here at 700,000. Who takes 20 on top now? Your chances here. 720 on the left hand side. Welcome aboard there at 720. Back to you for 40, is it? At 720 on the left hand side here. First call now. Second time. Third. Last opportunity. And around 740. Still taking 20s at this junction, too far away from it. Happy to go on behalf of the seller. You're going to go 740 or am I? Happy to go on behalf of the owner then at $740,000. Making it 760, do we here? At $740,000, be very clear, vendor bid at this point in time. Away from my instructions at this point. At $740,000, opening the door for 60, shall we say? First call now at $740,000. 60?
10.
Still taking 20s at this juncture, so away from my instructions. Sorry, I can't help you at that level. 760, thank you. At 700, just confirm that there, ma'am. 760 it is. $760,000 on the left hand side here at 760. Chasing down another 20 efforts there, folks. Here's your opportunity now. Still away from my instructions at this point in time at $760,000. Who takes me to 780? First call now. Second time. Third. Last opportunity. In or out? Here we go once more on behalf of the seller then at $780,000. At that junction, folks, I'm not going to submit any further vendor bids. Happy to take 800, give you the opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers unless our bidder comes back in again. At $780,000, so I have 800 for you. Give me that opportunity to discuss. Take the 10 if it'll help you then, as I will over here. $780,000. I'm sorry, I'm away from my instructions at this point in time. I can't help you. To get the opportunity to continue discussions, you need to be holding the bid. $780,000 are we in or out? Happy to take the 10 rise. First call out, 780. Second time, otherwise I'm going to close the auction. Your opportunity is here. Give them the right advice there, Chris. Take the 10 to give you that opportunity. Won't be submitting any further vendor bids. Just need to take a little bit of time. Sometimes people can't quite get the grasp of what's actually happening here. 780, away from my instructions. 90.
You're holding that, aren't you?
I'm holding it on behalf of the seller at 780. I'm away from my instructions at this point in time.
Another team.
90, $790,000. There's the opportunity here. Your opportunity is to come in. Otherwise, we continue discussion over here on the left-hand side. First call now at $790,000. Are we in or out? Second time now at 790. Third, last opportunity, in or out? Carrying bids over here at $790,000. Can you see if you can assist them, please? Well, it's obviously you're all here for Tauranga Road then, so they certainly haven't just come on to see me. So we'll press on, folks. Those first two properties still being negotiated. We'll come back to them as soon as we reach a conclusion. In the meantime, we'll press on 10 bar 12 Monganui Road. Danielle Hayes from our Mount Monganui office. Superbly presenting this property, superbly addressed this one, Danny. It's just that corner position apartment there. It's just a very, very highly desirable property, more commonly known out there in the marketplace as the Tauranga. So certainly a very popular complex. And in fact, we don't get to auction very many properties in this complex because they simply don't come to the market very often. So it really is your home away from home. This property, folks. Looking at the legal aspects of it, it's a stratum and freehold, all described in regular title, say 63B 40453. Of course, being a stratum and freehold, you're bidding on the basis we've provided you with the pre-contract disclosure statement prior to your bidding here today. 21st of December, Danny, is still our settlement date. There's a bit of flexibility around that. Any changes to the channels listed on there? So all as circulated there. So certainly capturing a large slice of the mount there. It's particularly its lower slopes and a creditable chink of the ocean as well. So it makes it really, really special indeed. It receives plenty of east to northeast sun with the expanse of the glazing and the natural light just absolutely draws the sunshine in as well. You've got the subtle decor upgrades that still allow a little bit of scope there for further personalisation if you so wish. And of course the added bonus, you've got the basement car park with the lockable storage as well. A location that's very, very difficult to beat and bound to set the Mounties' hearts aflutter. So here it is, your opportunity here. Who says go on this one? What might the quantum be?
So now the corner for making good.
You have authorised telephone bidding in place for this one as well. Somebody start me away. 800 I would have thought would be a fair and reasonable start.
800.
800, got it over here on the left hand side there, first there at 800. Do we say 820 on your behalf there? 820 seated in the back, seated in the centre of the room there at $820,000. Do we say 840 it is? What is that, 850? Good strategic move would be go straight to $1 million even.
1 million.
1 million it is. At $1 million even on the left hand side here and selling away there. At 1 million even. Do we have another 5 for you there, sir? You said that $20,000 ago. At $1 million even, here's your opportunity. 1 million's a round number, sir. Pop another 5 on top. If they go again, you haven't spent anything, but you might secure the property. You're the only one that can test it. At $1 million even. Like I said, we don't get them in this complex very often. At $1 million even, they sell. What about a lazy 2.5 that's at the bottom of the bag there? I'll even take a single. I'm going to sell to the highest bidder, and unfortunately, as an auctioneer, we don't have any friends in the auction room. At $1 million even, selling away to the phone bidder, we won't be taking any late bids, even out. Second time, and even third, final opportunity. Quickly, sir, the hammer's up. It is going. Appreciate the spirit of bidding, sir. Congratulations to ourselves. We'll get to you with a result on those 2 properties being negotiated as soon as we can, folks. Well, for those of you who have just joined us, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the EVES auction room here this afternoon. We've got a couple of properties from our 2:30 session that are still being negotiated, so we'll press on. And given the situation with the COVID restrictions and restrictions on numbers of people in the auction room, we're limited to only 3 properties per half hour. So for absolute confidence and clarity, I just need to go through my preamble so that everybody's on the same playing field. So my name's Grant Child. My role is to facilitate proceedings here, as you've probably already witnessed. I've got Robin looking after all the technology in the auction room, and those 2 properties that I mentioned earlier are being negotiated by Craig and Karen at this point in time, which leaves me Mark and Jill to help you here. What happens there, folks, is if we don't reach the owner's reserve price, we put a pause on the auction and we give you that opportunity to continue negotiations and discussions with the seller to see if we can't help you purchase the property here today. Because if I formally close the auction, anybody can come forward with an offer afterwards, and that does include conditional buyers. So give it your best shot here and secure the property ahead of those buyers out there, because there's plenty of them roaming around in the marketplace at this point in time. I'm going to quickly run through the documentation, folks. You bid today on the basis we've provided you with the guide put out by the Real Estate Authority. They are available in the stand outside of the auction room, but your glove box is probably chock-a-block for them. They have been circulated in the marketplace now for over 10 years. So we'll move straight on to the contract of sale that we work to, just confirming that any bids at auction, folks, are always on a cash unconditional basis, and as standard with auctions, you are deemed to have accepted the vendor's title without any rights of requisition. So by way of bidding, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood, and accept that contract that we work to. We're assuming that you have run it past your solicitor and had the title checked as well. But I am going to revisit this part on the front page, which outlines the conduct of today's auction. So obviously the owners have set reserve prices. There's no surprises there. And subject to that being reached or exceeded, then the highest bidder on the fall of the hammer, you're then declared the purchaser at that point in time. Your only obligations today are obviously to fill in all the appropriate details on that contract, sign it, and pay your deposit. We only ask for 10% of the purchase price today, and of course the balance is then payable on settlement date as they vary from property to property, and we'll confirm those as we work our way through the catalogue of our 3 o'clock session. So in terms of the conduct of auction, if there's any disputed bidding, I'll simply resolve that by reoffering the property at the last undisputed bid. I'll alert you to it if we have authorised telephone bidding in place. We're authorised to accept those bids by phone. All the documentation has been completed, signed and sealed by the vendors and approved by the buyers for us to accept those bids by phone. They bid on that same cash unconditional basis as you do here. If you're endeavouring to slow the auction down a little bit, or I'm too far away from the owner's reserve price, I am authorised to refuse bids, but I'll guide you from there on where you need to be to help you purchase the property anyway. And I can also assist you if I've only got one person that's participating in the auction. I will assist you to get you onto that negotiating platform I've made reference to, and I'll do that by what we call vendor bids. Nothing to be afraid of as far as vendor bids are concerned. I'm the only one authorised to submit vendor bids. I will disclose them all to you very clearly by using the term "it's with me, with the seller," or clearly a vendor bid. So pretty straightforward process. All declarations made only ever used below the vendor's reserve price and only used to assist you to get you to that negotiating platform. If I'm holding a bid at any level on behalf of the owners, then simply what they are saying to you through me is thanks but no thanks. If you wish to purchase our property, you will need to be above that. So, any questions at this juncture? Take the opportunity to welcome the viewers that have joined us now via the live stream as well. Don't worry about it, folks. The camera's up in the ceiling. It's only on me and the screen. But all our options go out over the World Wide Web for everybody to see, which of course brings further transparency to the process as well. I've got a funny feeling that I'm about to receive some instructions here on one of our previous properties. Are we, Craig? Or do I press on with this?
No, we're ready to go.
Ready to go? All right. We'll just put a pause at this point in time, folks. Right, forgive us folks, just a little bit of patience, thank you, really important. So we're just going back to our 1 o'clock, our 2:30 session rather, 24 Tay Street. I have an amended bid, sir. Can you just confirm you've amended your bid to $2,850,000? At $2,850,000 to the owners of the property, you're instructing me, I sell to the highest bidder. On the market it goes then, folks, at $2,850,000 even. Your opportunity is right here, right now. The hammer's up. Don't let it come down and crush your Tay Street dreams. Properties like this don't come to the market very often. First call now at $2.850 million. Second time, third, last opportunity. Any denomination we like to put on it, I'll take, otherwise it goes. It is going. Congratulations to the I appreciate the spirit of bidding, folks. Congratulations to all parties. Alright, the property in Devonport Road is still being negotiated at this point in time, folks, so we'll press on now. 43 Kinloch Drive. Gary Lee from our Gate Par office has had the pleasure of presenting this wonderful property here for you. Certainly situated in the popular Bethlehem location there, presenting an opportunity for the new owner to add their style and flair to the property as well. When we look at the legal aspects of it, it's a freehold estate, 718 square metres of land more or less is what's on offer here for you folks. All described in record of title, say 67B folio 146. Now the waste disposal, folks, it does stay, but it is as is, Gary. And we did, of course, there's a clause in the contract with the vendor having not been an occupation of the property, makes no warranties as to the serviceability of the channels, fixtures and fittings. So 97 days from today's date is the settlement. That obviously tenanted, is it? So if you need it a little bit earlier and you're happy to take the tenants on, then talk to Gary and I'm sure the vendor will accommodate an earlier settlement, get a little bit of a return on your investment as well, rather than waiting out the 97 days. So back to the property itself, folks, there is a sunny patio that's ideal for entertaining as well and your outdoor dining facilities. Think about those summer months ahead and you're just going to have some fantastic time sitting out there watching the children play in the safety of the fully fenced backyard as well. A projected return for investors of somewhere in the vicinity of $690 to $730 per week. So you do the calculations on that there, folks, and see what that comes out at. And then I'll take your bids just very shortly. So it's also backed by the reserve to enjoy the peaceful view of the green spaces, and of course being back onto a reserve gives you that extra space if you so need it, but you don't have to look after it, so a great asset to the home as well. Space to park the motorhome, the boat or extra vehicles, as you will have witnessed there, sort of clipped off a little bit on the bottom of the screen, but you will have all seen it when you went and viewed the property, and you will have also recognised that it is located in a very family-friendly cul-de-sac and, of course, easy proximity to the Bethlehem town centre, the garden centres, and everything that wonderful Bethlehem has to offer. So, I guess we're here today to determine who the new owner is going to be and, of course, the quantum. So, where would you like to start your way? Have you suggested figure, but my figure might be different to yours. That's 850. So, we can get me underway at 850. I would see the Mexican way at that sort of level. So we start me at 850. You don't, I will.
855.
855. Even better, sir. Welcome to the auction room. And your retort man, 900, is it? 875. At $875,000 we're underway here. At 875, your retort to that there, sir, and even 9 that we say. At $875,000 it's down here. At 875, where would you like to go from there, sir? Happy to take a 10 or a 20 if it's going to make you feel more comfortable. You'll need to speak up, sir.
895.
895 it is now. 895 and another 20 makes it 915. Pardon?
900.
A little bit early for the fives at this point in time. I'm happy to take a 10, take me to 905. 905 it is. At 905 there, sir, another 20 on top, is it there? At $905,000, seated down in the centre here.
915.
915. Down to the 10s at the other end there. Another 10 is it there? Pardon? 925?
20.
No, 925. I need to still staying in 10s at this junction there.
Yeah,
925 it is. Thank you. Appreciate you working with me there. At $925,000. Another 10 on top there, sir, rounding it to 935 if you will. But you can still put the 20s on if you wish. At $925,000. Seated in the centre here at 925. Are you in or out? Another 10 is it there, sir? Yes, to everybody else in the room as well at 925. First call now at 925.
930.
930. Okay, we'll just take us longer to get there. 930. Change, treat you the same then. I've done it for him. Happy to do it for you. Make it 935, shall we? 930 at the back left-hand side of the room. No telephone bidders on this one. It's entirely over to you here in the room. At $930,000 the high bid. Another 5 on top, is it? First call now at $930,000. Chasing down another 5. Second time, think about the best bid location and proximity to the town centre at 35 we go. 935 opening the door for 940, shall we say there, sir? Let's do it quickly. At 940 it is. On the way there at the back of the room there at $940,000. You've been travelling so well now, ma'am. Don't let it go now. At $940,000. At this juncture here, the gentleman at the back there will have their first opportunity to discuss with our sellers here. Not quite at the point that I can sell it yet. At 940, happy to take another 5 from you. First call now at 940. Second time, 950. Beautiful. Loving your work there. Good strategic move in the back corner there at 950. Another 5, shall we say, there for you, sir? Because at $950,000, be very clear. My instructions are selling to the highest bidder here today. Interesting move at the back of the room there at $950,000. Stealing the keys away from me at this point in time, sir, because we're selling it away. 151. 951. Welcome back. 951. 55. Good strategic move there, ma'am. At 955. Another lazy single there. Do we say just dig deep into the bottom of the pocket there? There might be a lazy one sitting down there. At $955,000, sir, you'll retort to that there because I'm about to sell it at $955,000. Have I got your absolute best? First call now at 955 000 and selling. Second time for the enviable investment in Kinloch Drive. Another single there at 956. 960. 960. Singles aren't quite working, man. $960,000. 960's a round figure. Pop another single on top. If they go again, you haven't spent anything, but you might just secure the property for that extra 1,000. At 960 it goes. Once, twice, third and final opportunity. The lazy 500 down there, man, that you want to throw at it. Otherwise it's gone. Quickly now, hammers up, call it 3 times, it is going, it is going. Sold at the back of the room, $960,000. Congratulations, appreciate the spirit of bidding though, folks. Of course, congratulations to our sellers. We're moving right along with the second property for our 3 o'clock session today, folks. 18 Tauranga Drive. Danielle Hayes again been marketing this property. As you've just witnessed, I've just signed off the contract for the buyers for the first property that Danny's presented there. Doing a great job as you always do out there in the marketplace, Danny. The opportunity here, folks, from this property to saunter to the beach from your 238 square metre cedar and aerated concrete executive residence. Of course, that measurement being approximately, and the origins of the home go back to just 2019. It is a freehold estate, 419 square metres of land, more or less, is all you have to look after. Record of title 771541 completes all those or the legal aspects of it. The garden ornaments, the planter boxes, they do not stay, and there is a clause being inserted in the contract at the request of the vendor or solicitor authorising the early release of the deposit in accordance with the Real Estate Agents Act 2008. 60 working days, Danny, from today's date is our settlement date, so lots of opportunities to take some lotto tickets between now and then by this property here. Again, a very comprehensive channel, so we could almost fill the whole screen here, so you're simply wanting for nothing there apart from those garden ornaments and plant boxes. Unfortunately, you'll have to replace those yourself. You've got the significant outdoor area that's fringed by the lush plantings with the property as well. Certainly accommodates social gatherings with absolute ease. That's what you're going to get to enjoy through the summer months there, folks. You've got the flexible, functional layout. I had to just about practice that when I wrote that down. I thought, that's going to be a little bit of a mouthful, so I did a little bit of a practice on that. Flexible, functional layout, bespoke design for guests, extended or blended families. So really is a plethora of options with this property here at 18 Makura Drive. The pivotal position is merely the finishing touch to such a quality home like this, folks. So I'm simply going to look for a start from you. You set the benchmark on where you'd like to start bidding away. As the auctioneer, I'm here to work with you, the cash, unconditional interest in the property. Who says go? Looking for an opening bid now, an absolute quality property, as you witnessed by what was on the screen there under the channels list. Very, very comfortable lifestyle ahead of you here at 18 Makura Drive. First call for a start now. Second time. Third, last chance for cash interest here today. Obviously no cash here today, Danny. I'm going to close the auction hand back to you, but I'm suspecting that once you bring the buyers that have been through this property, let them know it's still available for sale. I don't think it's going to take you long, and you'll have a sold sticker on the signboard. It is a quality property indeed in a great location. So good luck with that one. Not any luck. Still got that property from our 2:30 session being negotiated, folks. We'll be back with you as soon as we can with a result on that one. In the meantime, we'll press on with our last property for our 3 o'clock session, being 103C 12th Avenue. Needing no introduction to the real estate market here as Owen Phelps from our Gate Par office. Now, this property here has been very, very tastefully renovated and attached. It's an attached townhouse situated in a very, very sought after avenues location, being 12th Avenue. It is a cross-lease freehold, and that is confirmed in record of title, say 25C folio 1152. We do have an additional clause in the contract, folks. 29th of November is your settlement date for this one, so plenty of opportunity to be in and settle for Christmas there, not too far away. Clause 22, the purchasers acknowledge and accept that there are alterations and additions to the property that may or may not have required council consent. The vendor has not obtained council consent for any works. Purchasers acknowledge that they accept the property on an as-is, whereas basis, therefore, vendor warranties under clause 9.35 are deleted. So you bid on that basis with that knowledge. And settlement date, as I said, 29th of November. Any other changes to the channels list or anything? All as circulated. So the modernising has been completed to a very, very high standard in this property here, folks, and that simply ensures that light, bright, comfortable living when you reside at 103C 12th Avenue. Being at the end of the 3 townhouses, that's an absolute bonus, because what it does for you, it ensures privacy for you and a bit of security, but it also gives you a good sized, fully fenced backyard as well. So it pretty much all has got everything going for it. Location, location, location. You've heard those cliches for many, many years out there. I know 26 years ago when I first started in real estate, it was the going thing. In fact, I think, Craig, you were about the same time as me. There was a TV program here, location, location, location. So it really is, that's really what the pivotal point of this property, folks, is the handy location to it. So without further ado, we're here to determine who the new owner is going to be, and that's where your participation comes in. Who would like to start bidding away? got a bunch of cardboard cutouts at the moment, folks. Well, here we go. We've got some movement.
760.
760, $760,000. Happy to work with you at that junction, man, but we do have a little way to go. But we'll take $20,000 rises from there. At 760, who takes me to 780? Let's go there quickly now. First call, second time. Third, last opportunity, not dilly-dallying at that sort of level. At 780, it's with me, man. On behalf of the vendor, then at 780. Take me to 800 if you will. At $780,000, be very clear, it's a vendor bid. I'm away from my instructions. Take me to 8 if you will.
800.
800 we go. At $800,000 here against everybody else here, chasing down another $20,000 rise. Here's your chance right here, right now, today, rise to buy. First call now at $800,000, even though we in or out. Second time, third. Last chance, though we in or out now. Happy to go on behalf of the owners again at $820,000 then. Wait for my instructions at this point in time. At $820,000, looking for an 840 now. Here's your opportunity now. Think about the renovation that's been done very tastefully indeed, and we are talking 12th Avenue. At $820,000, looking for 840. 840 it is now.
What's the same 840?
Pardon?
What's the same 840? I was going to request 825.
No, need to be at 840, man, to give you the opportunity to work with our sellers here. Happy to do that for you at 840.
Yeah.
At 840, appreciate that. At $840,000. Happy to take a 10 at this point in time if it's going to make you feel more comfortable to come in at $840,000. Otherwise, we pause and continue discussions over here on the left-hand side. At 840, take me to 850 if you will. First call now, second time, third, last opportunity. Craig Goods over here at $840,000. So I can see if you can assist me, please. All right, back we go, folks. 317B Devonport Road. I have the amended bid now at $810,000. At $810,000, can you confirm that bid for me, please? At $810,000, thank you, ma'am. As the owners of the property, you're instructing me on the market to sell to the highest bidder. Can I just have confirmation from the third trustee via the phone, confirming those instructions to sell there, please, sir? Thank you. We're on the market now at $810,000. Here to be sold to the highest bidder here today, folks, at $810,000 even for the one of a better bid. Maybe a single on top here could well be enough to secure the property for you. Calling it 3 times. First call now at 8102, 812 now. At 812, our starter bidder joins us again now at $812,000. Down to the singles if you wish there. Pride of ownership is on the line. At the moment it's over here at $812,000 and selling away. Have I got your absolute best there, man? Just check. It's another single there at 813 it is, and another 2 at 815. At $815,000, just the two of you in this one time in the room. At $815,000, it sells on the right hand side here. Another single, is it there, man?
Lease.
Pardon?
500.
500, 815 and a half. At 815 and a half, you want to talk to that? 16. 816 it is. Down to the halves now. At $816,000, the pride of ownership, as I said, is on the line here at 317B Devonport Road. Selling away at $816,000. Have I got your absolute best there, man? Your opportunity is now. Take another half of it's there. First call now at $816,000. You owned it for a brief moment. Second call now at $816,000. I'm about to sell over here on my right hand side. Third and final opportunity for you to change your mind. The hammer's up. Don't let it come down and crush your Devonport Road dreams.
500.
Another half at 861, 500, 17 straight back, immediate retort. At 817 it is. $817,000 over here on the right hand side. Again, you there, man. First call now at 817. Have I got your absolute 100% best? Second time now at $817,000. Third, final opportunity, quickly now. I'm going to sell it. It's going. It is going. It is. Over here at $817,000. Congratulations, of course, to our sellers.
Right, good afternoon everybody. Just before we get underway for the 3:30 session this afternoon, I'm Heath Young, I'm the Chief Executive for EVES Real Estate. Just got a bit of a special announcement to make this afternoon. Grant Child, our esteemed EVES auctioneer here, is about to hold his 10,000th auction, which is a massive achievement in his real estate career, which spans over 20 years. So just a quick round of applause there. I know this is a big personal goal of yours, and always has been. It's a real credit to your work ethic and focus over the years. When you try and pull one of these options, let alone 10,000. I think some auctioneers over time make it and others don't, and I think clearly, Grant, you're one of the ones that have really made it. Grant's now performing close to 1,000 auctions with our EVES business year on year consistently. So he knows what he's doing. You're in good hands today. Now, vendors, purchasers, and salespeople are lucky to have him in control of this room when you step into it. The qualities that you abide by and continue to develop include your technical ability, your confidence, your personal presentation, along with this massive focus on professionalism that he just continues to demonstrate week in and week out. So I'd just like to present to you a small gift and a big thank you for your efforts and just a recognition of your huge achievement today. So thank you very much. And also behind you, a good man, is a great woman. And we'd also like to just make special mention of Robin Cotter for all of your efforts in supporting Grant last year. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. So yeah, all credit to you, Grant. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Heath. Very much appreciated. And yeah, a bit of a personal goal. A little bit of emotional time, but what I can say, folks, is that to achieve this, I would not have been able to do it without the EVES team. They are an absolutely outstanding team of people to work with. They are professional, they are experts in their field, and it's an absolute pleasure to be their auctioneer. So thanks very much, team. Hats off to you. Of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention the wonderful support from my lovely wife as well. She's always been behind me and pushing me and just keeping me going, keeping me enthused. And she's the backbone of my auctioneering business as well. So thanks, Cheryl. Love you to bits, mate. As well. Right, let's get the emotions out of the way. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to introduce myself. You already know what I'm doing here today. I've already been Robin as well, doing a fantastic job. But I've also got the team, Mark, Craig, Jill, and Jamie. They're on hand here today. If your bids don't take me to the owner's reserve price, then I'll simply put a pause on the auction. One of the team will step in. We'll give you that opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers and purchase the property here this afternoon, because if I formally close the auction, folks, anybody can come forward with an offer afterwards that does include the conditional buyer. So your opportunity is to get in ahead of those conditional buyers and purchase the property here today. I'm going to quickly run through the documentation, folks. The buyers and sellers guide been widely circulated out there. You've probably got more of them in your glove box than we've got in storage. They've been in the marketplace for over 10 years now, available on the stand outside of the auction room as well. Co-located with the contract of sale that we work to, being circulated in draft form, and of course finalised copies are also available in the stand just outside the room as well where you did your registration. So I'm not going to go through that document in its entirety. By way of any bidding today, I'm going to assume that you read, understood, accept that contract that we work to. A very clear, concise document already approved by the Institute of New Zealand, the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, the Auckland District Law Society, and of course the vendor solicitors have given their seal of approval on it as well, as we trust you have with yours. You bid on a cash unconditional basis today as a standard of all auctions, but let's just have a quick revisit of this area here. That is the conduct of today's auction, set out in blue on the screen. Don't expect you to read that in the fine print, folks. Basically what it says is the owners have set reserve prices subject to that being reached or indeed exceeded, then the highest bidder on the fall of the hammer. You're declared from that junction the purchaser. We only require you before commencing your celebrations today is to obviously complete that documentation, sign the contract, sealing the deal and pay your deposit. Just 10% is all we ask for today. The balance is then payable on the settlement date. We have authorised telephone bidding in place today, folks. You can take it from me that the documentation has been completed, signed and approved by the buyers and by our sellers for us to accept those bids. They bid on that same cash unconditional basis as you do as well. If I'm hanging one person that's participating in the auction, folks, and I'm too far away from the owner's reserve price, then I will simply work alongside you and assist you to get you to that negotiating platform, and I'll do that by what we call vendor bids. There's nothing to be afraid of as far as vendor bids bids are concerned, folks, I'm the only one authorised to submit them. They will always be well below the owner's reserve price. In fact, if I'm holding a bid at any level, folks, then the vendors are simply through me saying to you, thanks but no thanks. If you wish to purchase our property, you will need to be above that. So I will disclose all those vendor bids. Funnily enough, I'll actually use the words vendor bids, but I'll only use it if I've only got one person participating in the auction and it's working alongside you to get you to that negotiating platform. So at this point in time, I'd be happy to answer any questions before we press on with our 3:30 session, and of course welcoming our viewers watching via the live stream as well. No questions? Right, straight into the first property, number 12A Kingsley Place. Sam Witherston and Dirk Murray have been marketing this property. Dirk's around there somewhere. There he is on his way from the back of the room there, doing a great job out there, guys. Sterling work here, a great opportunity here. Stacks of off-street parking, folks. If that's in your bucket list, then this one's got that for you, providing you plenty of space for the toys. You've even got some place for some veggies at this property as well. When we look at the legal aspects of the property, it's across these freehold. SA 54C folio 458 describes all the legal aspects of the property, and of course any additions, deletions to the chapel system, guys. No changes there. 7 days, still 20 working days. No changes there. We do have authorised telephone bidding in place for this one, folks, and there is an additional clause in the contract. I won't go through it in its entirety. It's been there from the outset, basically stating that the owners have not been in occupation of the property, therefore they make no warranties as to the serviceability of the channels, fixtures and fittings. So back to the property itself, it's a very well presented property indeed, and it's got a clean, light and bright interior. As you see on the screen, you would have witnessed it when you went and viewed the property. You've got the easy living, given the or it is easy living actually, given the kitchen, dining and the living area that flows so nicely and just connects nicely as well. You've got the sparkling new oven there. That's going to make your meals taste even better when you've taken occupation at 12A Kingsley Place. A great location with this property, folks. Nice and close to the beach, handy to the shops as well, and easy access to the highway. So certainly a property that's been very popular throughout the marketing period. What that tells me, folks, in my experience, is that's great for resale. What we're here today is to determine who the new owner is going to be. Where would you like to start the bidding away?
780,000.
$780,000. Good strong start over here on the left-hand side at $780,000. Happy to take $10,000 rises from here at 780 and 90 on the phone bidder here at 790. Rounding me the 800, we say 800 even here at $800,000. Even another 10 on that phone bidder now against everybody else in the room here at 800, the money, and 810 we go. 810 it is, making it 20. Do you give them the right advice there, Charlotte? $820,000, thank you for your confirmation there, sir. And $820,000, brace yourself just in case you need to go again. And $820 it is. Do we say $830 for your phone bidder over here? And $820,000, the high bid here on the left hand side here. At the table 5, and 825 it is. And 8 1/4.
830,000.
830, thank you sir, appreciate your confirmation there. At 830, fine print says start 5, just got to keep it rolling now. At $830,000, it's over here on the left hand side. Do we say 835 for your buyer there? Nicole, here's their opportunity here. At $830,000, it's here on the left hand side. They'd be well wise to go another 5 here. Your opportunity is here, it's against everybody else in the room. 835 it is. At $835,000, sir. $840,000 it is here. At 840, be very clear, folks. My instructions are: I sell to the highest bidder here today. It's on the market. We sell right now at 840 000. Here's your chance now. If you come to buy, don't be shy. Out it goes then. 840 it is. Do we have another 5? Quickly now. Who's gone now? Second call in favour of our bidder in the room here. Happy to take a 2.5, little help you. Even take a single. 2.5. 840, 2.5. Trench it the same there, sir, but you're welcome to stay in 5s if you wish.
845,000.
845 it is. 845, making it 847, 500. Let's go there quickly now. That's the strategic move that works. At $845,000, the hammer's up. Out it goes then at 845. Here's their opportunity. Give them the right advice there, Nicole. What about the rest of you here? Here's your opportunity to come in. I'll even take a single if it's there. Otherwise, it's gone at 845 Toronto. Who's Single, 846.
847.
47, waiting 5 with 5. 847, stand by for another one there, sir. At 847, against the phone bidder here, fairly bid on the left hand side, selling away now at $847,000. Have we? 48. 848. Good strategic move, sir, would be round me to 850.
850,000.
Beautiful. Nothing to work there, sir. Stay with me at 850, as I'm appreciative of the phone bidders work as well. At 850, selling away here. Here's their opportunity. Shaking your head the wrong way there, Nicole. I need it north to south, tip to chest. Selling away now at $850,000 even for the one of a better bid. First call now, second time, quickly it goes, third and final opportunity of selling it, it's going. Told you, sir. Folks, we're just going to move back to our 3 o'clock session. We had 103C 12th Avenue that was in negotiations. We moved from the auction room under negotiations at $840,000. Sir, can you just confirm your amended bid now at $870,000? And at $870,000 is the owner at the back of the room and confirming. My instructions are sell to the highest bidder. On the market it goes then at $870,000 in favour of the gentleman over here on the left hand side here. First of all now at $870,000 for the one of a better bid. Happy to take a single if it's there. Second time, third, last opportunity, quickly it goes. Congratulations to our seller. Right, moving on, folks. Second property for our 3:30 session. Naomi Gray's been presenting this property, number 64, Welcome Bay Road. Built in the 1980s as an absolute family winner and continues to do just that these days now, doesn't it, Naomi? A fantastic family opportunity here. It is a freehold estate, 790 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer. All described in record of title SA 23B, folio 543. Now, there is a clause in the contract, or in the consent form rather, that if you haven't already signed the consent form, you are bidding on the basis that you will do so. Just the vendor disclosing that the rear wheel of the garage has leaked in certain rain and wind conditions. Purchasers acknowledge this and you've carried out your own due diligence with regard to that. The gas hob and the dishwashers are also as is, where is. That was a late change, so they are as is, where is. Just making sure that you're aware of that as well. 19th of November, November is still our settlement date. Any other changes to the gentleman's list or anything? Nothing else to disclose about the property. So certainly connecting nicely to the deck for summer barbecues with that pleasant outlook, and you've even got the estuary peaks from this property as well. A place here where you can just kick back, relax and watch the kids enjoy that generous 790 square metres of land, more or less. Party time and family gatherings, well, they're easily catered for if you are marooned on the indoors. And of course, you've got the wood burner you see there on the left hand side of the screen, keeping you nice and snug in winter, but you're not going to need that for a while yet. You've got good garaging and off-street parking with the property. It's certainly a home that offers traditional family-friendly atmosphere for a wonderful lifestyle in your hands. Myers, who says go for this one? 64 Welcome Bay Road. Who'd like to start me away? $700,000. Appreciate the start there at $700,000. Sir, happy to travel in 20 rises from here at $700,000. Rounding to 720, but let's go there quickly, folks. A little way to go at this point in time. At 700,000, chasing down a $20,000 rise. First call now, second time. Third, last opportunity now. I'd like to go on behalf of the seller. Let's search with me. Being all good at 720, rounding to 740 if you will. On the way to 740, appreciate you working with me as well. At $740,000, making it 60. Shall we go up the back there now? Here's your opportunity now. At $740,000, rounding to 60 if you will now. First call, second time. Third, last opportunity. I'd like to go again on behalf of the owner. Then search 760. At 760 and 80, straight back now. Media retorted 800, the money down here on the left hand side with my starter. Friendly gentleman working with me indeed. At first call now, $780,000, chasing down that 800 if you will. Second time now, third, last opportunity for you to join us. So we're going to go once more on behalf of the seller at 8. At 800, take it to 820. We'll pause and give you the opportunity to split. Take 10. Shall we split the difference and make it 10? Appreciate it if you make it 10, certainly a little bit easier for you. Okay. 810, thank you. Really do appreciate you working with me. as well, sir, at $810,000. And those over here on the left-hand side, treat everybody else the same here. Take a $10,000 rise, otherwise we pause and talk down here. I advise you to call it 3 more times though, sir. First call now at 810 000. Second time, third, last chance in outs. Karen, can you assist the gentleman, please? Appreciate you working with me, sir. You'll do today $130,000. Alright, lucky last one, folks. We're at our 3:30 session, 32 Sunvale Place. Isaac Jacobs from our office doing a great job out there in the marketplace and presenting to you this wonderful opportunity here, folks, at 32 Sunvale Place. It's warm, it's private, and of course it's centrally located, pretty much stating the obvious, and you will have all witnessed that and identified that when you viewed the property. When we look at the legal aspects of it, it is a freehold estate, 388 square metres of land, more or less is what's on offer. All described in record of title, so 54B folio 115 in the South Auckland Registry Office. Isaac, 120 days from today's date, the settlement date, so obviously this property's tenanted or something, is it? That requires a normal settlement?
Yeah, there's movement on that.
There is movement, so a bit of adjustment on that. If you need an earlier date, then certainly talk to Isaac, and we can discuss that with the sellers to come up with an appropriate date. Any changes to the channels list?
No.
No changes there, so the thing about this property, folks, the sun just pours into it for most of the day. You don't really have to go very far to enjoy the outdoors with the way this property is laid out. You can absolutely visualise this barbecue sizzling away there in this outdoor area with a few bangers and a beer in hand, conversing with mates. Absolutely superb environment indeed. If you're looking for something private and quiet, but still a short drive away from almost everything, then this one definitely has to be for you. 32 Sunvale Place. In your hands, buyers, who says go on this one, and what might the quantum be? $600,000. Have to start. Take your start at $600,000, ma'am. Appreciate your start at 600 We'll take $20,000 rises from here at 600 We'll start a bit down here. Who rounds me to 620? Let's go there quickly now. First call, second time. Third, last opportunity. Happy to work alongside you there, ma'am, at 620 with me. On the vendor's behalf here at 620, making it 40, shall we? Here's your chance now at 640 on the nod here. At 640, making it 60 anywhere in the room here. No registered phone bidders on this one, folks. Entirely up to you in front of us here. At 640, first call now. Second time. Third, last chance for you to join us. I'd like to go on behalf of the seller again there, man. At 660, it's with me. 680, can we say for you? Here's your opportunity now. At 600, 680 on the way now. At $680,000, appreciate you working with me there, man. At 680 000. First call now for you to join us, folks. Second time. Third, last opportunity, or is it just the one in it? Likes to go once more on behalf of the seller there, man. At 700 even. Pop another 20 on top of pause and talk at that point in time. At $700,000, here's your chance now. What about a 10? I'm away from my instructions at this point in time. I won't be meeting or bidding again, man. Pop a 10 on top of it. We'll give you that opportunity to keep discussing with the fellow seller, but I'm away from my instructions at this point in time. Good opportunity for you here. What about a 5? Make it 705. No? Okay, well, you'll leave me no option but to close the auction. If you put anything else on the top, you'll have the opportunity to continue discussions, but if I close them, anybody can come forward afterwards. What about a 2.5?
500.
Pardon?
500?
Well, we're way past that.
No,
$700
$500.
Right. 700, 500? Yeah, I don't know the chances I have, but Craig, can you, sorry, Mark, can you see if you can help the lady, please? Right, back we go, folks. 64 Welcome Bay Roads. We've got an end of bid now. Sir, can you just confirm your increased bid to $820,000? At $820,000 is the owners of the property instructing me to sell with the highest bidder here today. You confirm that for me? Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. At $820,000 for the one of a better bidder. Sell the property right here, right now, folks. Calling your way 3 times. Won't be taking any late bids. The hammer's up. 820 000 it goes. Once, twice, third, last chance. It goes. Congratulations, sir. Well done. Congratulations to ourselves. Property now sold at $820,000. Good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining us for our 4 o'clock session. Apologies for holding you up a little bit while there's a little bit of photography going on at the moment. A bit of a milestone today. Today I've called auction number 10,000. So that's what that's all about. So I really appreciate your patience as we just get a little bit of stuff going through the social media. And it's a great honour to achieve that in my career over 21 years as an auctioneer. My name is Graham Child, and my role is to simply facilitate proceedings for you here today and help you whether you are buying, whether you are selling, to move to the next chapter of your lives. And that's what makes this job of mine so special, is about helping people move on with life. Robert, she'll look after all the technology in the auction room as well. Mark, Craig, Jill and Karen, they're on hand here today to assist you. If we don't reach the owner's reserve price, we'll pause the auction, give you that opportunity to continue discussions, of which we have got one of the properties from our 3:30 session still being negotiated at this point in time. In fact, I think, Mark, you've got a conclusion for me. We'll be back to that in a moment, so I'm just going to finish off my preamble and then we'll finish off that session. So that's what it's all about, folks. All about giving you the opportunity to work with our sellers today and, as I said, move to that next chapter of your lives. In terms of the documentation, you've heard on the basis we've provided you with the guide put out by the Real Estate Authority. You've probably got more of them in your glove box than what we've got in storage. They have been circulated in the marketplace now for over 10 years. They are also available in the stand outside of the auction room. Going to go to the most important document now, folks. Obviously, the contract of sale, been circulated in its draft form. Finalised copies also available in that same stand as you came through past the registration as well. I'm not going to go through that document in its entirety by way of any bidding today. I'm going to assume you've read, understood, accept that contract that we worked to. But I am going to quickly revisit this portion on the front page. We've superimposed that in blue for you. Don't need to read it, folks. I'm going to paraphrase that for you. Basically, what it says is that the owners have set reserve prices, no surprises there. And of course, subject to the reserve price being reached or indeed exceeded, then on the fall of the hammer, you are then declared the purchaser. So at that juncture, folks, is the declaration of the new owner of the property on settlement date. I'll confirm that settlement date for you, but your only obligations today prior to commencing your celebrations is, of course, to sign the documentation and pay your deposit equaling 10% of the purchase price. So a pretty straightforward process today, folks. If I've only got one person that's participating in the auction, I'll assist you and work with you to get you onto the negotiating platform, to give you the opportunity to keep discussing with our sellers and see if we can help you purchase the property here today. And of course, I will disclose any vendor bids to you. They will be very, very clearly disclosed. Funnily enough, I've used the words vendor bid. So just take it from me, folks. If I'm holding a vendor bid and disclosing it to you, the vendors are saying thanks but no thanks for wish to purchase it. If you want to purchase my property, you will need to be above that level. So just a technique to help you if we've only got one person that's participating in the auction. Of course, if there's any disputed bidding, I'll simply re-offer the property at the last undisputed bid. And as the auctioneer, I'm also authorised to refuse bids. I'd rather not do that though. But if you endeavour to slow the auction down, I'm too far away from my instructions, then I am authorised to refuse your bids, but I'll help you from there. So, any questions at this juncture? No? Opportunity also to welcome the viewers watching via the live stream as well. So just before we go to 51 Ranch Road, we'll just revert back now to our previous session, and I'm just going to take a pause now and get some instructions from Mark on Sunvale Place. Alright, moving straight on, folks. 408 23 Preliminary Road. That came from our Mount Maunganui office, also marketing this property here. Certainly one of those homes that opportunities that offers you gorgeous views from the deck to the waters around, all around Leisure Island and towards Pilot Bay as well. Of course, a reputable building complex. This one as well. When we look at the legal aspects, it's stratum freehold, SA 71D folio 58 in the South Auckland Registry Office comprises the property description for you. The extensive chattels list, so that extensive chattels list that comes with the property, that's all there?
Fully furnished, yeah.
Fully furnished, so all there and good to go. So very, very economical indeed. 20 working days from the settlement date from today's date, rather, was the settlement date Pat there.
Yeah,
So we almost filled the screen with this one too. We've had some big chattels lists today. So certainly a very tidy, appealing apartment there. Of course, the opportunity here to have it as a managed holiday letting property, so a good letting pool here in this particular complex as well, Pat. they've got good high occupancy rates as well, so they do a great job. Or you could live in it permanently as well. Some of the complexes over there you can't do that, but this one you certainly can. Or you could perhaps potentially rent the property out and expect a yield of somewhere between $600 and $610 per week. So it includes a lot of the existing furniture, as I've already referred to in that channels list. It's got the complex there, you've got the pool, you've got the gym, and you've got the sauna as well. Plus you've got a secure covered car park as well. Beach access, well, that's simply got you on the beach and probably, I think, with the way you run, Pat, be less than a minute.
Something like that.
Probably take me a little bit longer, but I'm a hell of a lot older than you. But great opportunity, tuck the surfboard under your hand, and in less than a minute you're on the beach there, folks. So pretty close to everything that the Mount Pipe has to offer. So in your hands, where would you like to start me away for this one? 4 o'clock sessions, everybody run out of energy at the end of the day. It's okay, folks, you can still move. You're looking like a bunch of cardboard cutouts from here at home. Looking for cash interest here today, folks, for 408-23 Monganui Road. What's the common name of this complex?
That's the atrium.
The atrium.
Yeah.
Atrium.
Yeah.
So,
Good block.
it is a good block, a very good block. We've sold a lot of property in this complex over the years. First calling out for start. Second, last chance in or outs. Okay, I'll close the auction, but what sort of buying power do we need for this? I mean, the location is just absolutely outstanding. How much do we need to be able to buy a property like this?
We're just going to price it at $799.
$799. So there you go, folks. It's now priced at $799,000. Pat will be around a little while, but he's a very busy man. Call the Mount office, ask for Pat King, and he'll organise a viewing for you at this great opportunity. Pat, I don't think that's going to last long with that price. What's that? That's the market range to the bottom, I reckon. Thank you. You're welcome. Right, lucky last of the day, folks. Lucky last one, 16 Wiley Street. Brendan Jeffs from our Cameron Road office doing an outstanding job with this property. This auction has been brought forward, folks, so contrary to my preamble garble, there will be no vehicle bidding on this one, folks. I'm going to disclose to you very shortly what the vendor is in contract. That has been set as the reserve price. I'll disclose that. Robin will put it up on the screen where it comes up and says opening bid. Be very clear, it's not a bid at that juncture. It is disclosing to you the level of the pre-auction contract. I'll then invite any bids over that level and give you all the opportunity to purchase the property. So 16 Wiley Street, enduring 60s weatherboard home that certainly soaks up all the afternoon sun from the generous west-facing 716 square metre section here. When we look at the legal aspects of it, it's a freehold estate, 716 square metres, as I've just said, is your land holding, all described in record of title SA 60 folio 728 in the South Auckland Registry Office. Brendan, 13th of December is still the settlement date, so 13th December, so you can be in, unpack, get rid of all the packaging and all the boxes and settle down and enjoy Christmas in your new home. Just a quick reminder, folks, that the vendor acts as the executor of an estate, therefore clause 9.1 is limited to the matters within the knowledge of the vendor following his appointment as executor, and clause 9.31 is varied to the extent that having not been in occupation makes no warranties as to the serviceability of the channels, fixtures and fittings, and therefore in the same position, clause 9.35 under vendor warranties does not apply and is deleted. Clause 24, purchasers acknowledging that they've been advised that the deck adjoining the dining area of the home and the lean-to roof over the deck have been erected without a consent or permit from the local authority. The work may or may not require a consent or permit, however the home is being sold with the deck and lean-to on an as-is-whereas basis. Vendor warranties under clause 9 of this agreement do not apply to the deck or the lean-to roof. So, any other changes, Brendan?
No.
No changes to the channels list or anything? It's all pretty straightforward there. So you've got the sunny open plan lounge. It's got the wide views across the valley to the Koparetarua stream there. You've got Takatimu Drive as well, and the nature reserve is what you overlook from this property here at Wiley Street. You've got plenty of room and scope to transform the established rambling garden and create a superb family property for the future if you so wish as well. You've got some deferred cosmetic attention to do on the property, but this certainly provides you an affordable opportunity for those with a little bit of DIY in your DNA. So life is all about opportunities, folks, and you've got an opportunity for a wonderful option here. The owners are in contract at 16 Wiley Street. The contract was signed at $635,000. Happy to take a $5,000 rise on top?
5,000, yeah.
Fit, $640,000. We're underway over here. The new bidder joins us at 40, 45, 645 now and 50 here. $650,000 on the left hand side. Do we say 55? 55 it is. 655 it is. Back with our bidder over here. 660 here. Name a great band after them as well. At 660 it is. Take the single. 661. 665 is it? 665.
660.
Pardon?
Yeah, 665, yeah.
Bids over here at 665 sit.
670.
670 it is now at 670. Over here in the centre here at $670,000. Another 5 is it? 675. Again 6 3/4 here on the left hand side now. 680 we go. Straight back immediate retort back at 85 now. 685 it is, making it 90. Show me there, sir. At $685,000 on the left hand side. Highest bidder owns it here today. At 685 it goes. For the one on the bid. Pardon?
687.
687. 687 it is. 690.
688.
88. Down to the singles. Good strategic move, sir. We're going to go to 690.
90.
90 it is. 91. 691 it is. Who's going to hit the 700? At 691 is down here. Selling away the highest bidder here. At 600.
695.
95. 96. 700, sir. Oh, I see you've been going so well now. You're losing now. It's $696,000. It's over here on the left-hand side. If I got your absolute 100% best, sir, because the hammer's up. Out it goes then at $696,000. Regrets the terrible pain. 97. 98. 98 it is. Just throw me a single there, sir. You going to let it go for that? It's $698,000. I sell away. What about a lazy 500 if you're big deep, sir?
250.
250, 698, 250.
250.
690, 690, 96, 98, 250, 698 and a half. Last one of the day, no problems at all. Another 250 is it, sir? $698 and a half thousand. It is down here. Absolutely sure, sir. Call you 3 times, you can change your mind any time at those 3 calls, but once the hammer hits the podium, you can't. First call now, $698,500 it goes. Second time, are you in or out? Third, final opportunity, quickly, sir, I'm going to sell it. It is going. Over here at $698,500. I appreciate the spirit of bidding, though, sir. Congratulations to our sellers. That's all we've got for you today, folks. We'll see you back next Thursday with another swag of great properties for you here.